2, 1, you're on.
Hello viewers, it's 10/22/2009 and I'm finally back with another video. Now, it's been a while since I've done a My Little Pony related video, and it's certainly been a while that Symbiote Studios made a new character. Well, yeah,
Is this your 8th and 9th?
Yeah, I think so.
7, 8, 9, yep.
So, I think it's been like months since we last got Princess Luna.
Mm-hmm.
However, they actually decided to update her and modify her a little bit to just add some improvements.
Well, you'll have to get the new one.
Well, I don't know. I like the old one more.
Okay. Where is she?
She's up there.
Oh, way up there?
Yeah.
Oh, you have more than 9 then.
Yeah. No, actually, I only have 9 MOP Symbiote Studios plushies. I know the only 2 I'm missing are Lyra and Bon Bon, the 2 lesbian ponies.
Are they out yet?
They're both out. However, Lyra's sold out right now.
Gotcha.
But they did release Bon Bon at the same time they did with these 2.
Okay, so who you got there?
Well, I'm glad you asked. I have Derpy Hooves, the fan favorite background pony.
With the jicked up eyes. One of her eyes is up and one's
and
down.
Sunset Shimmer.
Aww.
The only good thing I like about Equestria Girls, which I'll explain what I do with her. So we're going to do Derpy and Sunset separately since we'd be here all day, and I think Derpy is one of the more interesting background ponies in my opinion. Yeah, it's kind of hard not to laugh at that
The eyes
funny
are so
face.
Funny.
It's a little bit goofy. Alright, so we'll put Sunset Shimmer up where I had her before. Now, to go lie, that is like a nice...
Which is a pretty color.
Like, there was an extra space here, so I knew buying Sunset Shimmer would be perfect. Now, I'm still waiting on Symbiote Studios to actually make Spike and the Kumar Crusaders. Like, they are going to make Spike, it is confirmed, along with Vinyl Scratch, the DJ pony. So that's going to be awesome.
Cool.
I know Mr. Incredible is going to be hyped since Vinyl is his favorite background pony. However, like, if there's room, I might add the Kumar Crusaders and Spike, depending on how small they are. If they're too big...
We could put another shelf over there.
That's probably what I'm thinking.
Yep.
Maybe one day I might do that if I get more characters. It'd be a nice place to put Luna there.
Mm-hmm.
And if they make Celestia, I hope they do. Like, because you can't have Luna without Celestia. And of course, you couldn't have Lyra without Bon Bon. So I'm glad they made her. I'll try to talk more about giving you my suggestions for Symbiote Studios as we move on. Another thing, I hope they make Sunburst to go with Starlight.
What color is Sunburst?
He's the same as Sunset Shimmer. And I think there's a theory that him and Sunset Shimmer are both related. That might be, like, possible, I don't know. It's just a theory. So one more thing before I move on. They did make another version of this Trixie with the cape and the wizard hat. But for some reason, they made her a Comic-Con exclusive. Now,
right.
This is going to be, like, a little bit of a tangent here. So, I don't see the point in exclusive items. Like, I don't know why you would make them exclusive to begin with. Like, because it makes them harder to find. And it's more frustrating to collect. Like, imagine you make something, like, good and make it special. But then they decide to make it an exclusive. So that way you're going to have to, like, spend a lot more money. And, like, it's going to be hard to find since it's a limited time item. And it's going to have to cost you an arm and a leg, depending on how high they sell it. Like, what price they sell it for. Like, I mean, Comic-Cons are fun, but why would you make the items exclusive? Like, what's so special about them?
So that people come to their booth and see them at the Comic-Con.
I mean, I understand, like...
if you come there, you get something that no one else has.
People take stuff so that other people can sign them.
Yeah.
I think that's why they keep most of them mint in box. But, like, why not make more than one of the same item? Like, imagine if they made, like, the Comic-Con exclusive Trixie like they have now, but they sold her online for not as, like, a limited thing, so that way it'd be more easier. Now, if there's one fun project I'd like to do is that I like to buy the Symbiote Studios Trixie, the regular one, and just have the cloak and wizard hat be made out of fabric. I think that would be a lot cheaper than getting the Comic-Con exclusive.
Yeah, I can make it.
But, unfortunately, Trixie is sold out along with Starlight, so I hope they restock soon. Now, I don't know when they're going to restock, because these things are, like, selling like hotcakes right now. And they seem to be in a very popular demand.
That one's super cute. I like the colors.
I mean, I'm glad Symbiote Studios is making money, but I would hate for them not to have, like, be sold out of everything at once. Like, I don't know, like, how often they restock, and I don't know how long it takes for them to actually come up with what character they want to make next.
Right.
Now, I know they don't really rush stuff because, like, they take their time to make these things perfect,
Mm-hmm.
which I guess explains why they take the time to, like, come up with what new character they want to make next. Now, I've been talking for, like,
4 minutes? 6 minutes.
Okay, so, alright, with all that out of the way, let's actually talk about Derpy Hooves herself. So, Derpy is one of the more interesting of the background ponies. Now, the thing about the background ponies is that they're the most one-dimensional, like, they don't really have a specific character trait to them, they're just there to fill in the background. But they do still talk, and they do still have a little bit of personality. It's kind of like how in the Cars franchise, like, Mattel has to make, like, every single background car just to sell merchandise. But some of the background cars still do talk and have personality.
Mm-hmm.
Especially some of the more side characters in the show. However, there are still a few side characters that get more screen time than the background ponies, like Celestia and Luna, for example, along with Cadence and Shining Armor. Now, I think Starlight has appeared like way more times than any of those characters, along with Sunburst and Trixie. Now, I don't really know how many episodes Derpy has appeared in, but she appears in like everywhere. Like, she's sort of like the Pizza Planet truck that appears in every single Pixar film. Like, you'd have to like look really close to find it. However, it does appear like more relevantly in other like movies like Toy Story 2 when they're trying to catch Al.
Right.
And there are some episodes where Derpy is basically quiet. Like, she doesn't really talk that much. She doesn't like Vinyl Scratch where she doesn't talk at all for some reason. But yeah.
The eyeballs are so funny because they're not even.
Now, how did Derpy get the name? Well, I think her original name is actually Muffins in the TV show.
Really?
Yeah. I think fans just gave her the nickname Derpy because of those crossed eyes.
Right. She had that derpy expression.
Yeah, she did. And again, she doesn't really talk that much, and she doesn't really do anything until like season 2. So I think season 2 is when Derpy started to become more interesting. So in season 2, Derpy actually spoke for the first time. I think a lot of fans were like, wait, Derpy can talk?
What does her voice sound like?
Well, she has a very like goofy voice.
I was going to say, is it Derpy?
Yeah. Now, this made a lot of soccer moms complain about Derpy because they thought she was disabled. And I think a lot of people, like, not the fans, the people were, like, not really into Derpy's voice because it sounded way too, like, stupid. However, like, not every disabled person is stupid. Like,
this is true.
I know that Trevor Davis said that in one of his videos. He said that he has a teacher in school, like, he had one who basically had, like, a lazy eye, but she was still pretty smart.
Mm-hmm.
So that was very interesting to hear. And there are a lot of, like, shows and movies that will tackle the disability, like, trope. Like, being disabled can actually be good, and sometimes it can help you do things. Like, I think the biggest example would be, like, Finding Dory. And there's another disabled pony named Scootaloo who can't fly. But she still tries her best anyway, in, like, the episode Fly to the Finish. Now, I don't really think Derpy has had that bad of an appearance. It's just the soccer moms who complained about her.
Okay.
So, in season 5, they actually changed Derpy's voice to sound less goofy and less offensive. And what's even more messed up is that in the UK release of season 2, they actually had to censor Derpy's voice for whatever reason, as Mr. Incredible said in his, like, tier list of season 2. So the only way he had to, like, watch Derpy's voice is if he saw Baseball Gamer DJ's reaction to, like, the episode The Last Roundup. Because I think that's the first episode Derpy actually spoke in. So, yeah, in season 5, they had to redo her voice to make her sound less goofy, but they still didn't change those eyes.
Like, is it the same voice actor doing both?
No, it
Different
isn't.
Voice.
Now, what I find weird is that every episode they have to, like, have a new actor, like, do one single line for each background pony, like, and sometimes they'll change the actors differently. Like, I know originally Ashley Ball voices Lyra Heartstrings, but I think at one point she was voiced by Britt McKillop, the voice of Cadence. So, I don't know, like, who Derpy's new actress is, but if I had to guess who her old one is, I would probably say Tabitha St. Germain, unless they change it to her in season 5. I could be wrong, I don't know. I'm sure, like, some, like, fan of My Little Pony would probably tell me if they are more of an expert than I am.
Yep.
But anyways, so that's how Derpy was. Like, she also spoke in, like, The Best Gift Ever. And there's still, like, a lot of appearances where she doesn't really talk that much, but there's still some moments I liked her. Like, I think some of my favorite moments would be like when she talks, obviously, because I love her cute voice. And she does have a little bit of funny slapstick humor, like when Pinkie Pie throws a pizza at her in Rock Solid Friendship. And then there's another like moment that I saw recently where like Trixie's doing magic and she pulls Derpy out of her wizard hat, which
Like a rabbit out of a hat.
Yeah. Now I saw A Matter of Principles recently, and to be honest, I'm not a fan of that episode. Like, it's not terrible, but I think Discord ruined it for me. And I'll probably like explain more once I talk more about season 8, whenever I like do something for that. So I think it's like to talk about Derpy here. Like I said, even though she's like another one-dimensional background pony, she does have quite the history and a little bit of the backlash from those soccer moms.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of unfortunate. Like, I don't really think Derpy deserves that much backlash, because a lot of people, like, when you ask someone who their favorite My Little Pony character is, I bet you, like, 99% of the time they're going to say Derpy.
Yep.
For all the right reasons.
Because she's sweet.
Yeah, and a little bit clumsy. Yeah. I know a lot of people say that Fluttershy is their favorite character, and I can definitely see why, but y'all know who my favorites are. You're looking at them, Rainbow Dash and Starlight. Like, I know I say that multiple times, but it's true. Alright, so, I don't know how long we're in, but...
12.
Okay, that was pretty,
Not too bad.
a little kind of quick, but not too bad. Alright, so, with all of that out of the way, with Derpy's history, we know who she is, we know what she is, like what type of pony she is, and we know, like, all the controversy and backlash behind her. So, the plushie, on the other hand, is a very nice one. There are a few little gripes I have with it. Like, I think what's interesting is that they gave her closed wings, so this is the first Pegasus pony who has closed wings. Like, I do wish they could have, like, given her the open wings like Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy. And they also put, like, the bottom hair swoop on this side instead of, like... And I, like, pull out Rainbow Dash. And if Sunset Shimmer doesn't fall over... Yeah. I don't know why, but the legs aren't straight, like on most of these ponies. I don't know if that's like a factory thing or something, but... Yeah. So they gave her closed wings, unlike Rainbow Dash, and they
Turn to the side so I can see the wings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you just mean they're laying down flat.
Yeah. Like, she's not flying.
Gotcha.
And they also, like...
What does her cutie mark look like?
It's just bubbles. Like, I don't know how she got her
Cute.
cutie mark. Like, it's never explained why. Same thing with Starlight. I know people are probably going to be, like, asking how she got her cutie mark. Anyways, they also put the hair swoop on this side instead of, like, the left instead of the right. I mean, it is a little bit weird that these two are separate, that they're not attached.
Oh, yeah.
Like, kind of looks like she's got a bald spot.
Yeah, it just should have been a little closer together, probably.
Yeah. I don't know if, like, one day they're going to fix that or not, but they might, who knows. Like, they have fixed a few problems that people, like, complain about. Like, they have their own Twitter account, and they have Instagram, and they even have their own YouTube channel, which I have subscribed to. And if you like Symbiote Studios, you should probably subscribe to them as well. Just to keep up with, like, what new type of, like, MLP or Transformers or Power Rangers, whatever stuff they make. They even got their own mascot named Catnip Bravo. But yeah. And like I said, as we already pointed out multiple times in this video, she has the crossed eyes. So they're giving these ponies more expressions. And like I said, if they make Maud Pie, I hope they give her that apathetic deadpan, like, frown face. And if they make... And I'm curious to see what like, type of villains to make, like, Lord Tyrek and Chrysalis. Another thing is that she comes with this little muffin here. Which is sort of interesting. Like, I think this is the first time that a pony has ever came with an accessory.
It's the first one from Symbiote.
Like, I'm surprised they didn't give, like, Pinkie Pie a cupcake or Applejack an apple. I think that would be pretty interesting. I don't know if they might go back and do that one day, but it would be just pretty nice. And imagine if they gave Rainbow Dash, like, a bottle of apple cider, like a jug. Since she does have an addiction to apple cider. But anyways. So yeah. Overall, I think Derpy is a pretty nice character, and she's definitely one of my favorites. And I can definitely see why a lot of people consider her to be their favorite as well. So, that's all I have for this video. It was a little bit shorter than the other ones, but overall I think it turned out pretty nice. So, stay tuned for the second video where I do Sunset Shimmer, because I definitely think she's another interesting character, and like I said, she's the only thing I like about Equestria Girls. So, if you're looking forward to the review on Sunset, let me know. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.